When I met the psychologist who helped me put this together, she asked me to tell her about the story of my life. I shared a lot about my childhood when my older brother breaks his femur bone in a body cast for a year, then cancer for 5 years, goes in remission, then Jeep accident, cracks his head open, loses partial vision in his eye, then heals from that, goes to college, relapse of leukemia. He's got to give stronger chemo that's having cancer for the second time. His body eventually breaks down from having so much chemo. 105 fever, goes into septic shock into a coma. And now that he's in a coma, he's in it for 3 months. We don't know if he's going to wake or have any brain activity. He wakes, miracle, full cognitive faculties, but his kidneys fail from being in the septic shock for so long. We all get tested to see who might be the closest donor match. My dad donates a kidney to him. That's successful. And then when I graduate and go get that dream job at the NBA, 3 of my close friends, 22, 23, 24 years of age that I grew up with, passed away back to back to back. So she goes, Eric, what else happened to you as a child and a young adult that impacted your mental health? This was 50 minutes into a 60-minute session where I had been speaking the whole time. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean impacted my mental health? I told you about the story of my life at 4, and I got up to 24. From 24 to 33, before I had this chemical imbalance thing, I was running sales for the Suns, the Panthers, the Devils, and the Panthers. Like, my brain was fine during that time. And this is where she explained to me the mud example that we use. She said, you had a front row seat. She's like, your front row seat was watching your brother in a muddy wrestling match against a game of life, and your friends in a muddy wrestling match against a game of life. But what you knew was the wrestling matches were going on, but you were focused on everything else in the arena. So for sports parents, it's great that your kids are so passionate and focused on the sport that they're playing. But that gave me so much purpose and identity that I wasn't focused on how the mud from the ring was splattering and hitting me and caking up and building on me. That mud that's splattering and hitting me is what chronic stress, not stress, because stress can be good, chronic stress over time and trauma is that makes these physiological and biological changes that disconnects the brain and the body. It's not just the events so that people don't think you have to have been through major events. It's the thoughts that we tell ourselves related to the events that dysregulate the nervous system as much as, maybe sometimes even more than the events themselves. Because